Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. Today is special. You are among the first to hear a story that means a great deal to us. It is a story of where we have come from, what we believe in, and how we are shaping the next chapter of our journey together. We wanted to share this with you personally, because you are part of it. You have trusted us with your investments, and with that, your hopes for the future. So, before I talk about what's new, let's start where all great stories start, at the very beginning.
Imagine Johannesburg in 1890. A city barely 4 years old, still more dust than skyline. The air hums with possibility, alive with the clang of hammers and the rumble of ambition. Everywhere you look, something is being built. Streets that were once dirt tracks now hold corrugated iron shops, wooden banks and rough-hewn hotels. Men in waistcoats and rolled-up sleeves barter over crates of tools and sacks of grain. Women in long dresses pick their way through puddles of gold dust and mud. The smell of coal, rain, and promise fills the air. Only a few years earlier, this was open veld. Now, it's the fastest growing city in the world. Drawn by gold, people have arrived from every corner of the globe. Miners from Cornwall, merchants from Cape Town, fortune seekers from Europe. Builders, bankers, dreamers. They speak in dozens of accents, but share one language: opportunity. Something extraordinary is being born. And among them stands a young man named Otto Polak, a Czechoslovakian immigrant, 17 years old, learning English for the first time. He does not come from wealth, but he carries something rarer, a sense of purpose. In a city where fortunes rise and fall overnight, Otto sees what many others do not: the need for trust in a gold-fueled economy. He becomes one of the first members of the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, the day after it moves indoors from the street. From that moment on, he is not just trading shares. He is building something far greater. A future built on integrity, on relationships, on care. I believe that when you invest in people, you invest in something that lasts. Over the next 135 years, that small firm changed names several times. It merged, grew, adapted, and evolved, just as the city around it did. Otto was joined by his brother Max, who brought on Eric Fremantle. Fast forward through 4 name changes, and Otto Polak's fledgling stock brokerage has grown and flourished to become Sasfin Wealth with over 100 billion rand in assets. Each generation left its mark, yet the same spirit quietly carried through. Spirit of independence, integrity, and innovation. The spirit of Otto Polak, the belief that trust comes first, that foresight matters, and that investing is, at its heart, personal.
That spirit carried through decades. It weathered world wars, pandemics, depressions, and countless market cycles. But Otto's essence, that investing is personal, never left. Through every merger and new beginning, the same question guided us. How do we look after people's money in a way that truly serves them? The business was nurtured by the Sasfin Group. It found strength in partnership, and through that partnership it grew. But as the years passed, a quiet truth began to surface. We had become more than a division, more than a name within a name. We had become a business with its own rhythm, its own way of thinking. In practice, we have long operated with a high degree of independence, with our own board, management team, and support functions. As Sasfin began the process of exiting its banking business, selling off non-core activities, and evolving into an investment holding company, we recognized that this was our moment to take the next step into full independence. We began a process of reflection. We asked ourselves, what had endured through every decade of change? What made our culture different? What belief guided us from the start? We realized that our strength lay not in transactions, but in relationships, not in following trends, but in building what lasts. We began to search for a name that could hold all of that, a name that honored where we came from, but looked forward with confidence, a name that felt honest, enduring, and human. We looked back at our history, followed old documents, company records, and stories passed down through generations. And in those moments, we found him again, Otto Pollack. And that discovery changed everything.
In Otto's story, we saw our own, the courage to show up fully, be human at heart, the humility to listen, the curiosity to question, the foresight to see beyond the present moment, and the promise that our word is our bond. The more we learned about him, the clearer it became that the name we were searching for was already ours. Our new name is Otto1890, and we are investment specialists. Otto, for the man who started it all, and 1890, for the year he stood on the floor of the Johannesburg Stock Exchange for the first time. It is who we have always been and who we choose to be. The name grounds us in our heritage, yet signals what's next. It carries both wisdom and optimism, both head and heart. It feels familiar because in truth, it always belonged to us. We are proud to stand as Otto1890, investment specialists, crafted for over a century, built for what's next.
Wealth no longer fully describes what we do. With over 100 billion rand in assets, we are an integrated investment specialist, bringing the full breadth and depth of our expertise and proprietary solutions to enable you to achieve your investment objectives. Investment specialists, that phrase carries weight for us. We do not try to do everything. What we do exceptionally well. Being investment specialists also means something more. It means believing, as Otto did, that investing is not just about numbers, it is personal.
And this is what our new brand looks like. When we were shaping the visual language of Otto1890, we did not start with color charts or design trends. We began with people, with stories that revealed what matters most to us. Like Mrs. Van Zyl Magenta, one of our long-standing clients, Mrs. Van Zyl fell ill. Our team could have sent flowers. Instead, they arrived at her bedside with them. That act of care meant more than any transaction ever could. It reminded us that investing is not only about portfolios, it is about presence. That is what this magenta stands for. It is our heart in full bloom. And then there is vermilion, a deep, lived-in red, like the leather of an old reading chair. It speaks to endurance, to patience, to richness revealed over time, to deep and personal multi-generational relationships. It reminds us that what is built over time lasts the longest. Or machine mint. Years ago, when trading as Max Pollux in Fremantle, we bought the first computer ever owned by a South African company, the IBM 305 Remac. It was so heavy that engineers had to check whether the floor would hold its weight. That story became a symbol of foresight, of embracing change early. Machine mint carries that same energy. It is the color of curiosity and the pursuit of what's next. And finally, we have archival white, the soft white of aged paper and old ledgers. It holds memory and possibility. Together, these colors form more than a palette. They form a portrait of who we are. Warmth and empathy, foresight and innovation, heritage and endurance. Because Otto1890 is not only a business, it is built by people who care deeply about what they do and about those they do it for. And you can see it in our photography too. Everything about Otto1890 begins and ends with people. Our photography is not about perfection, it is about truth. We show our people as they really are, thinking, laughing, connecting, doing what they love. These photographs remind us what our work really means. When a client can retire with confidence, when a family can fund an education, when a community grows because an investment creates jobs. Those are the quiet victories that matter most. Together they tell a story of a brand with head and heart, a business that looks outward to the world while staying rooted in the people and the places that made it.
Everything we have shared brings us to this moment. A name rooted in history, a belief shaped by time, a business built with purpose. But Otto1890 is not simply a continuation of the past. It is a deliberate step into the future, a business that is constantly pioneering what's next. It all began on the 11th of February 1890, when Otto Pollock became one of the first members of the fledgling Johannesburg Stock Exchange. From day one, we were part of something new. More than a century later, in 2000, the business Otto started joined Sasfin Group, a move that gave us the scale and reach to grow even further. In the early 2000s, as exchange controls eased, new doors opened. Our clients began to look beyond the JSE, and so did we. We built the skills to invest with confidence anywhere in the world. Our growing expertise positioned us to manage personal portfolios across a wide range of investment vehicles, including retirement funds and global opportunities. 2009 marked another turning point. We launched our asset management business, offering collective investment schemes to institutional, corporate, and private clients. Over time, that offering has grown in assets, in reputation, and in the trust it earns every day. Then, in 2017, another defining moment. Wiphold became a major shareholder, a company devoted to empowering women and driving social change. Together, we built a partnership grounded in shared values and a future shaped by inclusion. By 2020, the world was changing fast. We developed private market capabilities designed around our clients, built to meet shifting needs and a new global landscape. From supporting SME growth through local private credit to opening access to global private equity opportunities, we continue to expand both diversification and impact. Over the past decade, we've built partnerships that matter globally and locally, leveraging our strengths, elevating our offering, and enriching every client relationship. And that brings us to today, emerging as a standalone business, confidently independent and ready once again to lead with what's next.
As much as our story is about markets and milestones, it's really about people. Because behind every era of growth, every turning point are the people who've built this business and keep it moving forward. The people who have showed up time and time again. Because for them, investing is personal. Some of them have been here for decades. Some have just started. More than 20% of our team have been with us for more than 15 years. They've helped us chart what's next for our clients each time. When we created our new identity, we wanted to honor them. So we immortalized our people, the individuals who carry our heritage, through a series of illustrations woven into our brand itself. Every brushstroke, every line tells part of our story. They tell that the world investing is personal, because long before the markets open each morning, it is these people who keep the spirit of Otto alive. And it is these people who carry it forward.
When you've been around for over a century, you learn what matters and what lasts.
You learn what to walk toward and what to walk away from.
You learn how to hold both the known and the unknown at the same time.
That doing the right thing quietly and consistently matters more than being first.
That being resilient doesn't mean being fast or loud.
And in the defining moments, how we've shown up each time is what makes people stay.
But time alone isn't what sets us apart. It's our people.
We're all in.
Some of us have been here for decades.
And some just got started.
Sharp minds, steady hands, and open hearts.
For all of us, investing is personal.
You can feel it in how we think, how we build, and how we treat one another.
Together, time and talent have created something rare, the kind of partner who stays steady when it matters most.
Building lasting value with and for the people we believe in. That is how we have lasted this long, and that is how we will keep building for what's next. So, thank you for being part of this moment. Our name has changed, but what matters most has not. The same people, the same care, the same commitment to your future remain. Only now we carry it with even greater clarity and purpose. We are independent, we are focused, and for us, investing is personal. And our story is still being written every day with you. Thank you for believing in us. We are Otto1890, investment specialists, crafted for over a century, built for what's next. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the conclusion of our presentation. Thank you for joining us. We are going to take some questions. I'm just going to put my phone off airplane mode, and you can post them in the Zoom call in the chat, and they will be relayed to me, and we'll take them one at a time. Okay. The first question I have here is, when does the switch over take place? So we will continue trading as Sasfin Wealth until early March of 2026. This is just to make sure that the transition is smooth and comprehensive, and we'll obviously keep you updated along the way. But until then, all emails, correspondence, etc., will continue to be Sasfin Wealth. Does my contact person stay the same? Absolutely nothing changes in terms of contacts, phone numbers, addresses, and everything else. Yeah, your services stay exactly the same. Nothing changes. Okay, we have another one here asking, does this affect my existing investments? Not at all. Your investments remain exactly the same. There is absolutely no action that needs to be taken by you in this moment or when we go live in March of next year. So the shareholders, the question is, who are the shareholders of Otto1890? So Sasfin Holdings, as an investment holding company, will remain a large shareholder, but Unitas and Wiphold are both also direct shareholders of the business. They subscribed for shares in this business in December of last year. Just checking, I see someone's typing. The question is, will you get new premises? We don't have any immediate plans to change our premises, so we'll continue to be in this building. If anything changes, of course, we'll communicate that well in advance. Will contact details change? No, as before, contact details won't change. Obviously, when we do change over in March, and we'll do a lot of communication at the time, email addresses will change in that moment to Otto1890.com. Are there any changes planned for the asset management strategy? Absolutely not. It is a business that we've been building successfully over many years. I mean, building an amazing team in there, and we're certainly looking forward to taking that business to new heights with the rest of the business within this new environment. I'm not seeing any other questions coming through. So just to close off, we have set up a dedicated microsite that explains the transition and any other questions that you might have. You can go to Otto1890.com and just thank you for your continued partnership and trust. We really look forward to walking this new journey with you.